Hello, Mr. Marsh. Do you think Greece will stay in the Eurozone?
Question of time. I think it'll still be there in 3 years. I think it's unlikely to be there still in 10 years. They would have to really do something totally Herculean. An enormous act of austerity is needed. It may get very, very difficult.
So do you think they will leave the euro? Do you foresee a North and a South euro maybe?
I think over the next 10 years it is likely that the euro will break up into North and South, and you'll have the strong creditor nations of the North with the Germans and the Dutch still in a new euro, which may have other countries like Denmark and Sweden in it. And I think some of the southern countries will probably no longer be in that, but they'll have their own currency zone. Britain will also remain outside the euro, so we may have company.
Okay. What's your vision about Spain?
Spain is really the most important question, I would say, because it's a big economy. They've got enormous problems, but I think the Spanish people have shown themselves over the last 20 or 30 years resilient and able to live up to the challenges. And I think that at least they do know now that there's no easy answers. They're going to have to adopt austerity measures. They're going to have to take some very difficult decisions. But I see no reason why the Spanish people don't do it. At least they do know how difficult the situation is.
Many people blame the short sellers for putting the euro lower and lower. Do you think that's true?
It's a bit like if you are ill with a cold and you blame the thermometer for having a flu. The short sellers are certainly a symptom of this, and they're climbing on a certain bandwagon, but it is ridiculous to make speculators somehow the culprits for this. The problem has been the imbalances in economies in Europe, which have been building up now for 10 years, and it's really not a surprise that this accident has come to pass. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier.
What currency do you think will be the major currency in the world?
The dollar is set fair to remain the overall most important currency. The euro is going to go through a difficult time in the next 2 or 3 years. It probably will be quite weak. The renminbi in China is not going to actually fill the gap. So I think the dollar will still have a certain hegemony despite everything that we know about some of the problems that the American economy has.